Hi, welcome back to another episode of Harmony Chasers. I recently graduated, and by recently I mean today.
That's awesome. So how was the graduation ceremony?
So I'm there an hour early, 11:30,
Yep.
and then I realized I messed up.
You messed up?
I messed up,
Oh,
and
how'd
and
you mess up?
and the reason is because when I went there, I went alone, and it's not like they have lockers. So I'm carrying this jacket, like the way I dressed today to go to this like graduation. I
Mhm.
wore like these black pants, this nice like brown sweater,
Mhm.
like with long sleeves, and this jacket.
Yeah.
And in this jacket, there's like a pocket on the side where I put my wallet, my keys, and everything that's important in there. So
Mhm.
then when I got there, I realized I'm like I don't want to wear this jacket because it's so hot under my gown.
Yeah.
So I was carrying the jacket like everywhere I was going, and I was telling one of like the people that worked there, she was like in charge of like making sure all the students are where they're supposed to be, and I'm like, hey,
Mhm.
can I just run to my car
Mhm.
and put this away? And she's like, no, if you leave, they're not gonna let you in, so you gotta stay
Wow.
here.
Oh my
So then
gosh.
I can't carry this in there because
Mhm.
like I need my hands to be free because
Right.
I need to record for my content,
Right.
like sneakily record. So
Yeah.
then I have to like in a building, I hide my jacket
Uh-huh.
somewhere, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well if I get robbed, I get robbed. They take my car,
Yeah.
my wallet, all my money, it's all
Yeah.
gone.
Mhm.
So then that happens. I'm waiting there, standing in a line for an hour, just waiting for them to like bring us in. And we walk in, and I'm recording like silently, like behind, like as I'm walking in, and then my cap starts falling off. Like it just like I'm walking, like we're walking past people. There's like obviously a lot of like family members taking
Yeah.
pictures and videos of
Mhm.
who they want to see. And I'm in the front, like, because my name is like in alphabetical order. Is
Yeah.
one of like the first names that gets
Right,
called
right,
up.
right.
So I'm like the first one in, and all you see me is like grabbing my cap.
How are you secretly recording though?
I just have my other hand like on the side, and I'm
Uh,
holding like an angle while it's recording, and I'm walking up to try to get capture like the walk
uh,
in.
gotcha, gotcha.
My friend came and bought
Yeah.
me this with a bear, a little teddy bear. And I
Wow.
got do you like these flowers?
Oh yeah. What are those tulips?
I'm not sure, but let me ask you something. How much do you think this cost?
$30.
Okay, go a little higher,
$45.
a little bit more higher,
$60.
a little bit more.
It's more than $60. Cause I'm just referencing it from what I bought my mom for Mother's Day. Like I bought my mom orchids, and those were
Yeah,
like $35. So I was like, it can't be much more than that, right?
three
So,
more tries.
all right, 120,
No, it's 150.
150. Oh my god.
150 for these flowers.
Oh my
I've been
goodness.
I've been doing this game. I did it to someone else. I was like, "Hey, how much do you think these cost?" And I did the exact same thing. I love that reaction that I get from
Yeah.
people when I ask them how much they think these
Wow.
flowers cost.
Okay.
They're
Those must be
expensive.
some
I didn't realize.
rare type of flower. My graduation was very stressful because I was going through some stuff at the time, and I'm surprised I was even able to walk. Yeah, graduation was rough. And I just remember going to the Kiki's right after my graduation and just dreading every moment of it because I was all my thoughts and everything. I was all related to like all my OCD stuff. But
Hmm.
lately I feel like my anxiety and OCD have been. Well, I don't have OCD anymore, but my anxiety has been doing really much better than before.
I can't relate with the OCD because I've never had that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But like with anxiety, I guess to some degree, I think I have it like in a small dose, but
yeah.
that's it's always with something new. Like for example, like I'm trying to like vlog more.
Mm.
So like today I was walking after post graduation with my two friends. They
Yeah,
invited me to eat, and then we are walking to the place,
yeah,
and there's this guy
yeah.
who's like who's like just walking the street, and he's going up to people, telling them, he's like, "We're in the middle of May, and it's cold as. You want to know why it's cold as?" But totally like characters like that are around the city, just saying
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like I wanted to invite him. He's like, I'll be like, bro, do you want to come eat with us
Yeah.
and tell us about this like government ploy of them controlling the weather and making
I
it
think
cold
I
mid
think as
May?
we get older, we're more susceptible to believing in conspiracy theories.
I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy though. Like like telling just randomly just telling people that the
Yeah.
government is controlling the weather and that's why it's really cold right now in the middle of May.
Right. Well, my
It's
biggest conspiracy theory that I believe in is I think we might be living in a simulation.
you think
But
so?
yeah, I honestly think we might be living in a simulation, but I can't really prove it. It's kind of
I
like
feel
that one
pretty
meme,
real.
or like one of that one meme that's like, I can't prove it, but I know it's true or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the guy from Dexter.
Yeah, it's like this.
Yes, I love that show.
Yeah. I don't know.
Uh, I mean,
You
I
feel
feel
pretty
like
real?
yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that's such like a almost it to me it feels like it's a religious take. Like I feel
Uh-huh.
like if I was religious
Yeah.
and some guy said to me, I think we're living in a simulation, I'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, God made the simulation,
Yeah.
you know.
But also the idea of like parallel universes, and I think maybe every single out possibility does or will exist, which is a scary thought.
I think it's cool. There's an Axel out there that's successful right now,
Yeah.
but there's an Axel out there that's homeless right now.
Yeah, that's the scary part of it.
Well, then would that mean that we're lucky? Because I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm not
Yeah.
sad, but I'm
Yeah.
also not like the happiest. So it's like I'm living like in the middle.
Yeah, true. I talk about this stuff sometimes with my friends, and I think one of my other friends also believes like we're in a simulation. I don't know. It just kind of feels odd that everything works perfectly like all the time, and there's not like any like glitches or like something that happens that's kind of, I don't know. Like in games, right? There's always going
Hmm.
to be a something that's a little off that happens, like
Yeah,
something like with the programming.
yeah.
Sometimes I feel like that maybe that stuff happens too, like in real life.
Like what? What would be an example of a glitch in real life?
Well, it's just like I was just thinking about this before our stream. Like the cable on my projector fell off, and I thought it was supposed to be the 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 end that my hand was holding that was supposed to go into the jack, but it was actually the opposite end. And I was thinking, that's weird. I could have sworn it was this end, and so like that could be an example of like a glitch. I mean, I'm
I don't
sure there's
know.
there's an explanation for everything, but
I think so. That's why
yeah,
like I will always like listen, but I will never like agree with like the
yeah.
possibility of like there being like ghost, for example.
Oh yeah, ghosts. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I don't even know if there's an afterlife, but
Yeah,
um,
cause like you said, I'm like there's an explanation for everything.
yeah.
So it's like the person that tells me it's like, oh, I hear steps, you know, around the house. I'm like, it could be squirrels like running
Mhm.
in the roof,
Yeah.
you know. My TV
Yeah.
turned on and I didn't turn it on. Maybe you sat on the remote,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not superstitious at all, but
Mm. Yeah, I'm not superstitious at all either. Like I don't mind having umbrellas inside the house. Like when I'm
yes.
like going when I'm like I opened up an umbrella one time in the house, and my friend was like, "Wait, don't do that. That's like bad luck." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." So I try to do it outside.
You know what? You know what's crazy? I know this is not correlated, but
Mhm.
when I was 10, or I think it was 9,
Mhm.
I I a bunch of salt, like a little bag of salt, fell on me.
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like an hour or 2 hours later, my I twist my ankle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, did did I just get bad
Really?
luck?
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
and and
Wow.
and I like I know that's not
You
correlated
know,
like
that's
now as
actually,
an adult.
a form. It can be a form of OCD where uh people do things or try to avoid things because they think it will cause something very unreasonable to happen.
Yeah.
So like for instance, like if a person doesn't say, if a person doesn't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Uh-huh.
right? Just the right way, the perfect way, then he will think that his parents will die by the end of the night or something like that. Something totally unrelated, something totally
Yeah.
unreasonable. So it's called magical thinking OCD, and so like if and it's a very powerful, like it's a very strong urge to keep counting and all that stuff because like maybe like one time like they didn't count or something and then something bad happened and they just learn to always count because they're afraid something bad is going to happen again.
Interesting. I mean, that didn't stop me from like dropping more salt on myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
To be fair,
Yeah.
but you know what? That reminds me of one thing.
Yeah.
I might then that means I must have had like some degree of this magical thinking because like
Yeah.
I used to like I'm not religious, but like I
Mm-hmm.
grew up in like a really like Catholic environment
Yeah.
where like since I was a kid I was like taught and forced to like pray at night. So
Yeah.
it kind of became like a habit where
Yeah.
like I felt I didn't like I was in like growing up, I would say during like middle school and high school, throughout like that period of like in between let's say like 6th grade all the
Mm-hmm.
way until like ninth,
Yeah.
10th grade,
Mm-hmm.
I would always like pray, but
Yeah.
little by little my faith was dwindling because I was like little by little I was believing less because I was like I don't really see the point of believing.
Yeah.
And but I would do it because I'm like, well, if I don't do it, I feel like something bad is gonna happen because I always felt like I was lucky, and
Yeah.
I was correlating my luck with prayer. Like I
Yeah,
always felt lucky.
that's a mild example of something that OCD can be. Um,
Yeah, and
so yeah, OCD is
and
learnable, and it's not something that people. It's just like, oh, I have the genes for OCD. That's why I have it, and I can never get rid of it. It's not like that at all. Like for me, from my experience of having OCD for over 20 years, like OCD is definitely something that's learnable and it can be unlearned. And
yeah,
just basically like I went from having OCD to just not having it at all whatsoever.
I'll be honest with you. I
Mm-hmm.
think what made that like end, like especially with prayers, and not even like me not believing like God or anything. It
Mm-hmm.
was more that I was really tired and I just fell asleep with like, and didn't pray
Yeah.
and nothing changed. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my god, I'm free." The curse is broken. I still get lucky sometimes. I still get like
Yeah.
fortunate from time to time.
Right, right,
So I'm
right.
like, okay, so prayer wasn't doing anything.
With the OCD, I'm writing a book about that, and I basically just kind of talk about how OCD comes from having uh harmful or bad beliefs about stuff. So for
Hmm.
instance, like if you believe that someone's gonna die because you didn't say 3, 4, 5, that is a belief you have that is causing you to have compulsions. So once you change that belief, saying like, oh, there's actually no relationship between me saying 3, 4, 5 and whether or not someone actually dies because I didn't say it, then you can begin to heal. I mean, it took a long time to figure it out, really. But, because a lot of people will just resort to doing like these stupid um, coping mechanisms, or they don't even fix the problem. They just kind of like diminish it, or like, I don't know,
Wh-
fade it.
what's a coping mechanism for this type of
So
thing that
like
that you see?
one thing therapists will tell people to do is to say maybe or maybe not. Maybe or maybe not this will happen. Maybe or maybe. So every time like you have an urge or like a compulsion or something's bothering you, you have to say maybe or maybe not. And you say it for like a minute or something, and then it just comes right back, like all the OCD comes back, and you have to keep repeating it over and over again. So it's like
Okay.
it's not even helpful. So the best way to treat the OCD is to change your beliefs. You have to identify the belief that you're having that is causing these compulsions. Once you do that, that's how you get rid of your OCD. So something like, if someone thinks that, oh, I didn't wash my hands, I'm gonna get AIDS and die or something. Um, that's very there's the chance of that happening is very slim, but
Huh.
their belief is like it's definitely gonna happen, like with 100% certainty, that if I don't wash my hands right now, I'm gonna get AIDS and die. And so that's the belief that they have to shift and
Are
change to something different.
are the thoughts always like that extreme?
Oh yeah, yeah. For OCD, it's pretty extreme.
Like
There's
like
there's
because like
Yeah.
that seems improbable to like I really I don't know because I don't know. I'm an idiot, but like
Mhm.
I don't know if
No.
like I don't know if like would someone actually think like okay if I didn't wash my hands
Mhm.
I would get like AIDS and die or like
Yeah,
some
people. Yeah,
some like
that's. Have you ever?
correlation.
Yeah, there's definitely that's definitely a thing. So, for me, it was, if I don't wash my hands, I'm gonna bother my mom. That was the whole thing that kept me washing my hand for hours. Because
Okay.
I was thinking, and it wasn't even the fact that I was bothering her, it was the fact that I associated bothering people with doing something immoral, and that didn't sit right with me. So every time I didn't wash my hands, I thought I was bothering my mom, which meant that I thought I was an immoral person. And every time I thought that, it would just eat away at me. And I would
Yeah.
have to like just keep washing my hands, basically like saying maybe or maybe not, maybe or maybe not. Like, it's only a temporary fix. Like,
Yeah.
and basically I would be washing my hands like for I'd be good for like maybe 10 minutes, and then like I'd be back at washing my hands again. The food was kind of played into the OCD as well, because I thought that if I had food in my hands, it would bother my mom. Therefore, I had to wash my hands. So every time I got food on my hands, I would have to wash my hands over and over again. And just because of one thing she told me, and it was very a normal thing to say, but how I interpreted it was too extreme.
Right.
Like, she was, because all she said was, "Oh, uh, don't get crumbs on the floor because the ants are gonna come," or something.
Yeah.
And then you know how how I interpreted that? I interpreted that like this. I said, okay, so every time I have crumbs on my hand, I have to wash my hands to make sure that the ants don't come, because if the ants come, then they'll bother my mom. So I was like, every time I touched anything that remotely resembled like food or soda, it would just trigger the compulsion over and over again.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways,
A normal thing.
it comes down to this, right? It comes down to this: is the belief that bothering people is immoral. That's false, and
Right.
I had to realize that, and that took a lot of time for me to realize that.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's intense.
so I just, now I'm much better though. So
That yeah, that's intense. I never even thought about like you you assigning morality to something that doesn't really.
Yeah, I mean, it's something
feel that
as
way.
it's like it might not even bother her honestly, and it's just and the worst part of it is like I developed another subset of OCD called Harm OCD, which is like I was worried that I had the urge to like hurt people or like had like I was worried that I was gonna do something bad or something. And
Oh man.
so that's what happened during my graduation, right? I was just like really dreading every moment of it because I was so worried that I was gonna do something crazy or I was just I was obsessing over this stuff like, oh, this is not I can't like this can't like it, the chance of it happening was like very low, but
Yeah.
the thought of it was just thinking of it. Oh, I could do this or I could do this. So like I could hurt someone or I could like punch someone in the face or I could like slap someone or something. And
Yeah.
I was thinking like, how the hell am I gonna get over this? Because at the time I was somehow reasoning it in my head to be like, oh, this is definitely gonna happen. Like I'm definitely gonna do this like bad thing to this person. And so it just like made it like it just made it unbearable to just even sit with my family and friends because every single second I was with them I was thinking these thoughts like, oh, why don't you just do this right now, David? Why don't you just like, and I
Yeah.
was fighting the thoughts, and it was just very unbearable. So I'm happy that chapter of my life is over.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And it's a thing that people have, Harm OCD. They can't be around knives or anything like that because um they're afraid they're gonna stab someone. But yeah, so uh it's definitely not a fun time. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my god, that's intense. I
yeah.
can't believe it. But now you don't even have those thoughts, or like you don't even
No,
think that
I
way,
don't
right?
even. Yeah, because I changed my belief. So the belief that triggered the harm OCD was the belief that it was guaranteed to happen or something. Like I
Right.
somehow I reasoned my way. I was like, oh, it's guaranteed that I'm gonna like do this thing. Um,
Guarantee that I'm gonna fuck someone up.
yeah, yeah, and after I changed that belief, it just went away. So I was like, okay,
So
because
you were like, I'm not gonna harm anyone.
yeah, like I mean, obviously I never wanted to. It's just that
Right.
my brain was convincing me that it was going to happen. Like, because I came up with this weird thought that like, oh, here's my logic behind it. Here's my faulty logic to why I thought this was going to happen.
Okay.
I thought this was going to happen because my thought was if I, get angry or something, then the chance of me doing something bad is going to increase, right? So that's what my logic was. Like, oh, if I do something angry, then I'm more likely to do something bad.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, well, if I keep getting angry, then there will be a chance that when I do something bad, it'll be 100%. So basically, I was thinking like if I get as angry as possible, the chance I do something bad is gonna be 100%. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
that was my logic. And I was like, oh my god, and I was, I'm a very logical person. Like I like to follow logic. So when I have a
Yeah.
thought like that, it's like I can't like not believe in it because it's something that I think is sound or something. And then
Right.
and because I know I just kept thinking like, oh, okay, yeah, so the chance I get angry, then if I get angry, then the chance I do something bad will increase. So therefore, if I'm the angriest I've ever been, the chance I do something bad will be 100%. So I was like,
Right.
so but yeah, that's not true because we have freedom of choice, right? That's why that's not true. So like
Right.
we can always decide not to do something even no matter how angry we are.
Damn,
But
you must
yeah.
have hated playing video games then.
Yeah, no.
You get angry at a video game and you're like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do it.
Yeah. No. So I was always watching my temper and everything because I was so afraid that I was gonna come true, and I was like,
Have you
yeah,
have you ever been like during this time or even before you even got to like this mindset? Were
yeah.
you ever like in a fight or like any sort of like
No,
so
no,
you never been in a fight or like thrown a punch, but
no, no,
you were like, "Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it if I get
no.
angry enough."
I've never thrown up. No, no, I've never gotten in a fight. But
That's
it's definitely scary, right? Because there'll be people, right? These people will be driving and
mhm.
they will hear a bump on their car,
Yeah.
and they'll automatically go to thinking, did I just run someone over? And so they will turn their car around to see if they actually ran someone over, but they'll turn their car around like 20 times to make sure.
Oh.
Because
Oh my
because
god.
like because like if because for instance, like if they keep driving and they think, "Oh, I hit someone," they'll feel immense guilt that they
Yeah.
just like harmed someone, right? So that's another type of OCD. I forgot what the category for that was, but I think it's something to do with like morality OCD as well. Like they're afraid they did something bad, like how I was, like when I was afraid I did something bad, right?
Yeah.
But the belief with this that's different is instead of thinking, "Oh, I definitely with 100% certainty hit somebody," like there's not a shadow of a doubt, and they didn't even see what the person looked like, or they didn't even like hear anyone scream or anything like that. So
Yeah.
obviously they have to be more like reasonable and say like, "Oh, well, it probably wasn't like somebody or something," or but
Yeah.
it's this is another type of OCD. I think the worst thing to have though is um and I also think it's treatable and curable. I don't think it's like something you can have for life, but Tourette's, because I feel like Tourette's is very similar to OCD. I also feel like it's kind of like OCD on steroids, because it's like they get an urge to do something and they have to do it right then and there, and it's that comes out as like physical tics, right? So
Yeah.
they'll say like, haha, bald, bald, or they'll like call someone bald, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that when they see them and they'll like they can't stop saying it. Like I think
Right.
that's very debilitating, and like saying that to someone and not having control over what you say is like so embarrassing, I think. Like it just causes immense amount of shame for the person with Tourette's.
Right.
And but I also do think Tourette's is something that can be, I think it's really all comes down to the mindset you have, honestly, that can change, that you can change uh
Yeah, I don't know.
for the better,
I don't
yeah.
really I don't really have a take cuz I really don't know much about like any of this. Like I never like I guess I guess this comes with like not being like in it, to
Mhm.
like kind of like research or even like look into it cuz like
Mhm.
I don't I don't have any of these issues, or at least I don't think I do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's did you see
Uh,
the girl on Dr. Phil? Like the girl that has Tourette's and has a bunch of
no.
okay. There's a couple of There's another girl named Sweet Anita. She
I
has a lot of physical
I feel like I know
tics.
that name.
Yeah, she has a lot of physical
Oh,
tics.
the streamer?
Yeah, the streamer.
Was she wasn't the streamer that got harassed, right?
You mean
Or am I thinking about
you
someone
thinking
else?
about Emaru?
Yeah, she
Emaru
was the
doesn't
one that
have
got harassed.
Emaru doesn't have Tourette's. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I must have mistaken them. But
Hmm.
I think I know who you're talking about. I just wasn't sure if she got harassed or it was the other one. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but no, they're very similar, right? I mean, both have like compulsions, or like not even compulsions, like they're just Tourette's is like a very strong urge to do something, or else it'll just feel like you're constantly like itching to get something off of you.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same kind of the same way with OCD, honestly, where the thing that causes people to do compulsions with OCD is the immense feeling of guilt that causes them to do that. Like, because they feel guilty, right? Like, people with OCD are very, they have a good moral compass, right? So, anytime something they feel like it doesn't pan out, like,
Mm.
very well, morally speaking,
Yeah.
that will cause them to feel a lot of guilt, and then they have to do the compulsion to get rid of it. So, yeah.
Interesting. Oh, damn.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wish I had the answers, man. I wish I could I wish I knew how to like I don't know. Cuz that is something that I feel like with modern medicine or
Mhm.
science
Yeah,
we
I don't
would
even
think
think
we
you need
would
medication.
understand.
Yeah, I don't think you need medication to treat OCD. I think the best, I don't know, because like with me is like I've honestly made like a breakthrough with it, and I don't know if I'm the first person to cure cure my OCD, because if you look up online, they will say, even if you ask ChatGPT or Gemini, they'll say OCD is an incurable genetic disorder, and
I don't know.
I'm living proof that that's not true. So
We should pull up on doctors and
yeah,
ask them. Be like,
yeah.
"Hey man, what do you think about like OCD? Do you think it's
Mhm.
curable?" I'd be curious, honestly. That'd be an interesting like video to make
Yeah. Well, I
where
mean,
we
it's
just pull
I'm
up.
cured from it. Like I have zero OCD now. I don't have any symptoms. But for instance, like the OCD used to affect the way I would say things too, because I would always try to say the right thing, and if I said something that was factually incorrect or something that wasn't true, I would worry that that information would cause something bad to happen to another person. So I would always use qualifiers in my sentences. I would say, well, maybe this will happen, or I don't know, I'm not really sure, but maybe, like, and I would always say maybe, maybe, maybe,
Yeah.
or probably, or I guess. And I never really talked like declaratively.
Yeah.
And
Which I
and
think it's good though, by the way, because like
yeah, well,
there.
to some extent, but like I was doing it like with every part of my speech, and it just made me seem like
Okay.
a very like uncertain person. like
Okay.
like my mom used to always ask me, "Why are you always saying I don't know? I don't know. Oh, I don't know this. I don't know that. Why are you always saying I don't know?" And I was like, "Because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Really, that's the
Right.
yeah."
For
But
you, it was like I don't. I
yeah,
don't want to. I
yeah, I
don't
don't
want to
want.
spread misinformation
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So um,
instead of just like I don't know because I just don't know. You know.
yeah, yeah, but
Yeah, I
it's
gotcha.
just yeah, but you just got to realize that that even if you say something that's not true, that doesn't necessarily mean something bad will happen from it. So
Yeah.
like
Unless you have a
that's
lot of influence,
yeah,
then
and you have to have
then you're cooking.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you have to have like you just got to have the right mindset about things. That's the
Gotcha.
key. That's the key. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this episode of Harmony Chasers. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions about anything that we talked about in this podcast, whether it be about the OCD or Axel's graduation. If you want to ask him any personal questions about that and his
Sure.
vlogging life. And so this is David and Axel. So we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah. See you guys in the next one.